Hello, my YouTube family. Welcome back. As you can see, we have a pick a card video for you today. Today's video, I don't think I've done one of these yet, but today's pick a card is going to be hoodoo based, okay? Whether you are into hoodoo or not, especially if you are into hoodoo, this is going to be for you. But if this video has found you or you have found it, it's definitely for a reason, okay? So believe that and trust in that. As you saw by the title, this video is about opening roads for you. What does that mean? In hoodoo, opening roads means paving new paths, okay? Opening new doors for new opportunities, for new income, new relationships, connections, opportunities that we maybe never thought we would have, okay? But we're opening the door for. So that is what we're getting into. For our pick a card, we have 3 piles here. We have some charms out here as well that can help you really pick your pile and make sure it's for you. But as I always say, as long as you feel connected to the pile that you pick, you will get all the messages that you need to hear, okay? So let's go ahead and get into the pile selection. For pile number 1, we have Otter Pops. Okay, I'm guessing this is like a pop, what is it? Popsicle type of thing. Okay, they're so cute to me actually. And then we have this Subway sandwich. Looks like maybe Philly cheesesteak. Okay, so if these are resonating with you, that is pile number 1. Pile number 2, hot air balloon is what it says, and night skies on the other side. This is like just little books. Okay, and then we have a beer. Is this a beer? Oh no, this is a chia seed drink. I thought this was a beer. So interesting. Okay, if these resonate with you, this book looks quite old, so old books could resonate with you as well. Finally, pile number 3, we have another Subway sandwich. Looks like actually the same one, which is funny. Okay, so if you are unsure about pile number 1, maybe pile number 3 is for you. And then we have what looks like a plate of nachos, okay? Hopefully you guys can see that. All right, so that is pile number 3. Go ahead and pause the video if you need to. Use the charms, timestamps, use your intuition, or just pick randomly if that feels comfortable to you, okay? I cannot wait to get your message. Let's go ahead and see what your guides have in store. Hello, pile number 1. If you picked the Subway sandwich and the Otter Pops, you are definitely at your correct reading, okay? We are going to start this reading, of course, by getting into the blockages or the obstacles that you are facing on your path at the moment. Okay, so the card that you picked, ooh, Father Sims. Okay, this is from the Hoodoo Tarot deck. And it did come out in the reverse, so I will leave it that way. We're going to go into the book and see what it says, and then go ahead and get some more cards for you, okay? This is what it says. Who gives the ibis wisdom or gives the rooster understanding? Jobs 38 and 36. Father Sims is dressed in a purple satin robe in which he liked to work. The rooster represents him, and the 2 streams of water represent his baptism as a 2-headed doctor, a hoodoo that does good and bad work, okay? Father George Sims, born Joe Watson and nicknamed the Frizzly Rooster, was a preacher and root worker from New Orleans. They called him the Frizzly Rooster because many people kept at least 1 chicken in the backyard for the sole purpose of scratching up any roots that may have been placed there by an enemy. He had a reputation for being able to effectively place or lift curses and read anyone. Father Sims was a bit eccentric and was comfortable doing good or bad workings. When Father Sims comes up in a reading, it's asking you to review your position regarding your inquiry. If you've taken an extreme or one-sided position, now's the time to consider things from a more balanced perspective. Things do not have to be black and white, so don't force it to be. If you have been asked to compromise or cooperate, but you feel resistant to the idea, this card is a good sign that you haven't considered all of the aspects of the situation. If you've been asked to give someone an answer, don't respond until you feel more centered. To do otherwise may cause deep regret and feelings to hurt unnecessarily. Try to be fair. Okay, before we get into these other meanings, I do want to say, In the original tarot, this would represent temperance. Okay, that's why it's giving those same vibes, right? This feeling of don't lean into the extremes. This feeling of find what is a good balance for you. Do things in moderation, in a way that works for you. So what I'm getting as obstacles or blockages on your path, well, it's exactly that. You having a hard time deciphering, not necessarily deciphering, but you having a hard time picking and choosing, you know what I mean? Making decisions and being like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is the decision I'm going to make, and I'm going to do it in a balanced and effective way. I feel like things have maybe been a little bit impulsive, or possibly you're not gung-ho on the decisions that you're making. So even though it feels like commitment, it's not really commitment. Okay, let's get one more card out here. Okay. Or two. We'll do that as well. Okay. Let's see which way this wants to fall really quickly. All right. So the first card that we had come out, and I did obviously create these myself. So the number 2, 22, or 22 could be significant here. The number 12, the letters W, X, or O could represent you or someone else. This card represents someone who's very confident, someone who's very professional, likely a woman, a very bossy woman. Since this did come out in the reverse, this is kind of the energy of someone having the position of being the backbone, of being the one in charge, but not either fulfilling those roles properly or correctly or fairly, or not wanting to, okay, not wanting to fulfill those roles. So that's coming out here as confirmation. Spirit's definitely telling you, especially if you identify as a divine feminine, the best way to open roads for yourself is to lean into this bossy, bad bitch energy that's not manipulative, or on the other side of the spectrum, right? Since you lean into these extremes, or you tend to lean into these extremes, on the other side of that coin, it would be like very nervous and very fearful, a lack of confidence in her decision making. Okay. Now this card here can talk about you going through this major rebirth, right? You having this very violent ending to something that feels very chaotic, right? This Scorpio energy, but that's really a way to refresh the energy, okay? Maybe the energy within yourself or the energy between people here. But Spirit's definitely saying when it comes to opening these roads for you, when it comes to clearing these passages, babe, you've got to let the crazy, chaotic shit go by. Don't sit in it. Don't revel in it. Don't ruminate. Okay. Spirit really wants you to understand and to hear, when you lack confidence, or when you are overly confident, you find yourself spiraling. You want to find a good middle road. Okay. Find this area that's very confident, that's very go-getter, and isn't afraid to initiate, but that also understands being humble is key, and understanding that there's always more to learn. Okay. I do want to look in here really quick. Really quick. Spirit's also telling me with this major rebirth, again, they kind of talked about like feeling like you have to compromise or cooperate. That's something with these cards here too. Sometimes as a businesswoman, okay, if you identify as one, you're going to have to make some big, crazy decisions that feel chaotic, that feel like, oh my God, I'm going to ruin everything. This is going to go, I mean, not ruin, but I could ruin everything. This is a really big, crazy decision, very risky decision. But sometimes those risky decisions are what we need to make. All right. But you're not going to know that if you're always in this extreme risky mindset, anxious mindset of I have to make the biggest decisions to get the results that I want. Okay. So yeah, when they say try to be fair, it's including others, but including yourself and your own decision making as well. It says here in the book, here are some other things that you could consider, because you did get this Father Sims card, okay? What would be gained by compromising? Is it worth more than the perceived loss? Are you being fair? Sometimes less is more. Extremists never think they're extreme, and that's a big one that I'm picking up for you, and I'm glad that I picked the book back up. Extremists never think that they're being extreme. That's a big one with this kind of bossy businesswoman card as well, because in the reverse, it can talk about someone who pushes the envelope and takes advantage of that position, not even thinking that they are, just thinking that they're making it happen. But really they're draining themselves and burning everybody out around them. Okay. It says peace is priceless. Focus on healing and recovery. An alliance is not such a bad idea. What am I bringing to the potluck dinner? Perhaps add something else to the mix. And last but not least, other races, religions, and ethnic groups exist. Maybe it's time to learn more about other people. Okay. So those are all confirmations for you. In our last two cards here, this is interesting because this card represents the masculine side of energy. This is a young man, someone who's pretty reliable, very hardworking. Every now and then, this could be someone, not every now and then, but for some of you here, this could be someone who you see as brings a lot of bad news. Okay. You know. Okay. I do feel like there's a very restless energy, and maybe this other person is influencing you in a way. And that's why you fall into these extremes, right? Because this other person seems to be a bit opposite of you in energy, if this is your energy. This person seems to carry this Aries energy, which is very upbeat, is very intense at times, is very quick moving. Whereas on your side of things, you might be a little slower to make decisions. You make decisions from a very emotional standpoint, versus this person might be, again, a little bit more reckless, do things, you know. Whoever this person is for you, they could be an Aries or Cancer. Spirit's definitely saying you're gonna have some same cycles and patterns and tests, so to speak, repeats. But understand, as you're opening new opportunities and new doors for yourself, you don't want to approach the same different people in different situations with the same energy, because then you're going to repeat those cycles and you're going to find yourself right back here at a reading asking about how I can clear my blockages. You know what I mean? Spirit's telling you here, you can burn coffee grounds, okay, for energy and for speed, as a hoodoo working of sorts, right? If you really feel like I need things to get moving, I feel like I'm stuck, I'm in between this and this all the time, make the fairest decision that you can. Make the fairest decisions that you can moving forward. That's what Spirit's telling you is going to help you open all of these new doors for you, pave all of these new pathways. Don't feel pressured into cooperating with people. Don't feel pressured into stepping up or stepping back. Move authentically, move, do things even if you might be scared or might be, nervous. That's what bravery is. That's what being courageous looks like. Okay, so, you got this, pile number one. I really do feel like a lot of these blockages or obstacles just have to do with you needing to commit to one road that's healthy for you. You haven't done that yet, even though you might commit for a short time to this or that. It's not healthy. It's not sustainable. So that's what's going to help you. Okay, pile number one, I love you. I appreciate you. I know you're going to be just fine. If you have any questions or if you need any help, you can comment below or reach out to me through one place, which is my website. Okay, cannot wait to see you there, or of course, see you right back here in another reading. Bye, y'all. Hello, pile number two. If you picked this cute little chia seed drink and these books, well, my love, you are at your correct reading, okay? We are, of course, going to start the reading talking about the obstacles, talking about the blockages on your path currently, and then we'll get into the cards that represent, okay, what can I do today, right now, right away, to open the way, okay? So let's see. You got the Strength card. Okay, a beautiful card here. A card that represents not taming the beast within, but working with it. Okay, so we are going to go into the book just a bit, and then we'll grab some more cards here. Okay, this is what it says. May you be strengthened with all power according to his glorious might, for all endurance and patience with joy. Colossians 1:11. So the number 111 can be significant to you, or the number 8 or 48. Okay. It says, a woman poses with a powerful puma. She trusts it, and it trusts her. The puma, known also as the cougar or the mountain lion or the panther, is the second largest cat in North America. It is a cunning hunter with practically no natural enemies except humans. It is a fitting analogy for our inner strength, which can only be brought to the brink of extinction by external forces. The fact of the matter is, we are all strong, or else we wouldn't be here. If you consider the hundreds of sperm that competed to make it to our mother's egg, all failing but one, then you have no choice but to admit that we all came into the world as winners. The only challenge that we face once we get here is how to maintain that same determination to win, grow, and transform into an even more powerful, developed being than we were before. Holy crap. Pile number 2. Okay, so this is definitely, this is Spirit giving you a reminder that you have what it takes to succeed. You have what it takes to do the things that you're desiring and more. I think what's blocking you on your path right now is fear. What's blocking you on your path right now is insecurity, this thought or this belief, this feeling that I cannot make it because of something internal, because the things that the world may give to me, the external things that may show up in my world, I internally cannot handle. But Spirit's saying it's not your job or responsibility to handle the inner world or handle the outer world. It's your job and your responsibility to have a good balance of response, and when it's necessary, reactivity to what's going on, what's happening internally and externally. Okay, so we're going to start with this card here. It says growth, a successful marriage or contract. Okay, obviously I created these cards. But Spirit saying 333 is an angel number that you're going to start to see once these doors start to open up for you, once these roads start to open up. You cannot be afraid to stand out. You cannot be afraid of jealousy from others. Okay, the Strength card represents Leo, and Leos know very well what it's like to receive jealousy from other people. And that's the difference between a thriving Leo and a Leo who struggles, is how they let other people's energy affect the confidence that they already naturally carry, right? It's not this battle of creating confidence or finding their confidence, usually, right, depending on your chart. And if you guys want astrology charts, I do offer those, so link in my bio. But Spirit's definitely bringing up here that when it comes to you, pile number 2 specifically, it's about you, again, finding this balance, finding this dark side of you very helpful and useful, just as you do the light side of you. Finding the external world just as powerful and amazing and useful as your inner world is, okay? So when you see that 333, understand that growth is coming, expansion is coming. Sagittarius could be significant here, as well as Leo, like I said. So we got a lot of fire sign energy, again, which really, pile number 2, Spirit's really wanting to encourage you to, they kind of want to light a fire under your ass. That's the energy that I'm picking up here when it comes to opening new roads, because you're not going to get anywhere new, pile number 2, with the same energy, the same approach that you've had, which, I'm sorry, has a lot of fear and insecurity surrounding it. Okay, 111 or 11, no. 1111 or the number 11 in general can be significant. So that could be an angel number you start to see, an angel number you've been seeing. That could be a life path number for some of you. Okay, but this card represents someone who's quite lazy. This can be someone who, you know, Aries energy. They can be they can be quick to jump the gun, right? Doing things. Spirit's telling you, hyping yourself up real quick to do shit isn't going to get you far. And I know that's like, damn, girl, why'd you have to say it like that? But that's how Spirit is wanting to tell you. Because again, they want to light a fire under your ass, pile number 2. There is so much power and strength that you have and that you carry. And that's, I mean, god dang, like, your energy is magnificent, okay? It's very, very powerful. You have a lot of natural strength, confirmation there. But Spirit's kind of wanting you to know, like, okay, when are you going to use it? Okay, when are you going to use it? And that doesn't just look like doing something when you're happy and when it feels good. That looks like doing something when you're scared. That looks like having the talk and making the decisions, even when other people might not support you and they call you crazy for it. Okay, that looks like, maybe for you, that looks like taking a step back. Everybody expects you to be up and moving all the time, doing this and doing that. Maybe that looks like, you know, looking within and being like, I don't have to, number 1, appease the external. And number 2, when it comes to the internal, I don't have to ignore this side of me that wants to relax. I don't have to feed into the side of me that's telling me to go, 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 go. So understanding how your body speaks to you and how your emotions speak to you, and working with them, working with the many sides of you, the many complex sides of you, pile number 2, is how you're going to open these roads, okay? Girl. I think that's all I'm going to pull for you, pile number 2. Spirit really wants you to, like, think, right? Maybe do some journaling, talk to a therapist, talk to a friend that you trust in, do some researching about these feelings that you're having, because nothing is wrong, nothing is bad. There should be no guilt, there should be no shame. But what Spirit's telling me is, you know, what Spirit's saying there should be is this balance between understanding myself and wanting to understand myself. And, well, no, I take that back. Spirit's wanting you to have this balance between making the effort to understand myself and doing the research within to understand the internal, and also being observant and doing what you can to create and sustain a positive external life. Okay, that balance doesn't always look like, you know, what you expect it to look like. So opening as these roads open for you, pile number 2, understand things might look a little different, things might feel different, but throughout this journey for you, it's about working with every single part of you, not ignoring it, not denying it, not criticizing it or judging it, because every part of you is telling you something important, okay? I love you. I appreciate you. Definitely comment below what you thought of this reading, and if you need any further help, if you have any questions. You can always contact me through my website for readings, tarot readings, charm readings, all that jazz. And yeah, I love you. I cannot wait to see you either in a private booking or right back here on my YouTube channel. Bye, y'all. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. The Big Queen, baby. You got the Big Queen, a big card in the deck, one of the major arcana cards. We're going to go into the book to talk about it. This is the Empress if we were looking at regular tarot, so that will give you another idea as to what this card is representing here. But the very first card we're getting into is going to talk about the blockages. Okay, pile number 3 is going to talk about the obstacles for you. And it's interesting that not only this card is coming out, but it's coming out upright. So let's go ahead and take a short read and see what Spirit has to say. It says, prepare the table, watch in the watchtower, eat drink. Arise, ye princes, and anoint the shield. Isaiah 21:5, okay? Jezebel root or Louisiana iris could be significant. Those could be herbs that you work with or that you should work with when it comes to opening these roads for yourself, okay? It says, a carnival Indian queen smiles as she displays her Black Hawk bucket. Black Hawk was a leader of the Sauk and Fox tribe. He was a powerful warrior who was well known for his bravery in resisting colonial encroachment on his land and way of life. A spiritualist leader from the Midwest named Mother Leafy Anderson petitioned the spirit of Black Hawk for protection of her temple. Today, many spiritualists and root workers in Louisiana and beyond work with Black Hawk to ensure victory against their enemies. The tradition of carnival Indians in New Orleans, as we know them today, dates back to the early 18th century. When enslaved Africans arrived in Louisiana, many of them sought refuge among the indigenous people and were offered it. As a result, the cultures and bloodlines mixed. Their descendants still pay homage to the spirit of love, freedom, friendship, and resistance that brought their ancestors together. This thereby made the carnival Indian a symbol of boundless beauty and invincibility. Though most carnival Indians may be considered patriarchal to some, due to the hypervisibility of men and boys, the big queens play an essential role in their tribes. The archetype, okay, I got a channel message here. Spirit's definitely saying here, I got something else earlier that made me think of this as well. Spirit's saying to let yourself shine. Don't feel like, or don't assume you are being overthrown, overcrowded, or overseen because of anyone else or anything else. You stand out as much as you make yourself stand out. And a lot of beautiful things come with standing out, but you can't wait for people to see you. Okay, so that's a big confirmation when it comes to reasons that you're having these blockages. Okay. But it says, the archetype of the big queen is not only a vision of beauty with her ornately embellished garments, but she is also an artist, a teacher, a peacemaker, and a protector of the sacred tradition. The big queen is everything. Exactly. The empress is everything. She is life. She is the mother. She is the womb. She is the nurturing and the growth. You know what I mean? And Spirit's saying you have to see yourself in this way. They're almost asking you, pile number 3, why don't you see yourself in this way? Whether you are male or female or what have you, we're talking about energy here. And there's nothing wrong with seeing yourself as this divine feminine who can expand anything she touches. Okay. Yeah, babe. Yeah. So Spirit's telling you here, when the big queen appears in a reading, you are being asked to consider your roots in regards to mother wit. What would your ancestresses say about whatever is going on in your life? What advice would they give? How would they handle the situation? So you could, on your maternal side or just in general, you could have women who are watching over you, who have passed on, who are asking you to take on this power, this very divine feminine and strong power, okay? It says, the change of the seasons and the cycles of birth, death, and decay will always be. But it is the space between that, is the space between that a big queen inhabits. Okay, so yeah. I love that so much. It is a spirit of continuity. It is the spirit of continuity and the joy that its true comprehension brings, that ensures nothing is ever truly lost, even if it can't be found for now. Yes, Spirit's telling you, you need to see yourself in this very abundant, expansive, divine feminine way. Like, let me put the book away because I got it. We got it. Okay, we got the message. Spirit really wants you to see yourself in this way. And if you can't see yourself in this way, how do you expect your world to grow? Okay, you are literally pile number 3. This is card number 3. 3s represent growth and expansion. You have to feel like you can grow and expand in order for these doors to open for you, okay? Me, oh my. Carry citrine is what Spirit is saying to you. And also beautifying yourself, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe if you're someone who's more masculine, that just looks like a nice watch and doing your hair really well. Maybe if you're more on the feminine side, that looks like doing your nails and your makeup and hair, getting very beautiful. Maybe if you are androgynous, that looks like throwing on something that makes you feel a bit balanced between the two, or neither at all. Okay, Spirit's really wanting you to understand, though, when you feel good, when you look good, you feel good, and when you feel good, your performance is 10 times better. So definitely do that. Looking into colormancy as well, different colors and their energies, and how you can take advantage of that when you're getting dressed in the morning. All right, pile number 3. So I created these cards to help us with our hoodoo readings, and this it literally is a card representing mother figures. So if you have a mother figure that's passed on, or if a mother figure is very significant in your life and in your lifestyle, big confirmation for you. And this is possibly a message to you to have that communication with your mother, or this maternal figure, living or past. Okay, their energy is reaching out to you for some reason. For others of you here, if that doesn't resonate with you, I do feel like Spirit's saying, you know, kind of how this card was like, what would the maternal ancestors say? What would that ancestress say? And how would they question you? They want you to look at your lifestyle and your how you take care of yourself and the way you approach things from a very maternal, divine feminine standpoint. And from that standpoint, you will be able to see in what ways you have been expansive and in what ways you have been contracting your growth or hindering your growth. Okay, so the number 4 is going to be significant for you. If you start to see too many 4s, see that as a warning, okay, not to scare you. But if you don't, again, if you feel good, if you look good, you feel good. If you don't feel good, you don't perform well. I'm getting this message of like, if you're not feeding yourself, literally and metaphorically, spiritually, energetically, emotionally, if you're not feeding yourself and you don't have this view of yourself of, I can do anything, I'm expansive, I'm abundant, I'm a part of this and attached to this infinite source that we call life, you will start to internalize a lot of things that will become physical for you. So for example, if you find that you have this belief that gets in the way of your growth, that it often says or states or tries to convince you that I can only make $500 a week. That is as much as I can make. Nobody in this town can make more than that. Nobody of this race can make more than that. No woman has ever made more than that in this state. Okay, say that's your belief. You, according to this energy, okay, you have the potential to start to internalize that to the point where you might start to have gut issues, right? Not following through in that confidence, not making those decisions. You might start to have headaches and migraines, right? You having this sense of how can I say this? I don't know what the right word is, but Spirit's really wanting you to know that rest is going to be the best medicine for you, especially in those times where you're not feeling as expansive. You're not feeling like you can take anything and everything on. Not that you have to feel that way all the time, definitely. But this feminine energy that we're picking up and that they're asking you to tap into to open these doors for you has a lot to do with growth and expansion, okay? Has a lot to do with understanding that where I am confined in life and where I am feeling trapped in life, I don't have to feel like I can't change that. Okay, I actually am ever expansive, and I can change that if I desire to. Okay, so a mother or a stepmother, a mother-in-law, a mother who has passed, or an ancestor who is a divine feminine here is definitely significant, and they are almost handing you a piece of their energy and saying, please take this and please use this so you see yourself how we see you. Okay, my love? I love you. I appreciate you. Virgo could be significant. The sign of Cancer, Taurus, or Libra could also be significant here as some confirmation before we head out. Don't find yourself in the hospital because you're sick and because you've internalized everything and anything, thinking that you can't make it, because you can. Okay, part number 3. The only thing that's held you back thus far, okay, the thing that's not the only thing, but the biggest thing has been this belief, this negative view that you have on yourself, or this very limited view. So we're changing all of this up starting today. I want you to comment below an affirmation that makes you feel expansive, that makes you feel like you can do anything and everything, even if it's just, I can do anything and everything I put my mind to. Okay, whatever it is for you, I want you to comment that and really feel that. Find other people in the comments and read their statements, feel their statements, tap into this energy, and you will see these doors opening up for you. Okay, I love you. I appreciate you. If you are looking for one-on-one guidance, whether it's tarot, charms, astrology, or more, you can find that on my website. That's the only place you can find it. It's the only website that I have. Okay, and as always, I cannot wait to see you there, or of course right back here on my YouTube channel. Bye, y'all.